The woman who saved Israel, Jael, and the fall of Sisera. The battlefield was filled with confusion. Israel's enemies were retreating. Soldiers were running in every direction. And one man who had terrified Israel 4 years was suddenly running for his life. His name was Sisera, commander of the army of King Jabin of Canaan. He had commanded a powerful military force. His army possessed 900 iron chariots, and 4 years the Israelites had suffered under their oppression. But everything changed when Deborah, the prophetess and judge of Israel, called Barak and told him that the Lord had commanded him to gather an army and fight Sisera. Barak was afraid to go alone, so Deborah went with him. The battle began, and the Lord threw Sisera's army into confusion. The mighty chariots that had once terrified Israel could not save them. Sisera's army was defeated, and the commander, who had seemed unstoppable, suddenly found himself running away from the battlefield on foot. He abandoned his chariot and escaped toward the tent of Heber the Kenite. Because Heber's family was at peace with King Jabin, Sisera believed he had found a safe place. When he reached the tent, a woman named Jael came out to meet him. She recognized him, but instead of exposing him, she invited him inside. Sisera entered the tent believing that his greatest danger had finally passed. He was exhausted, frightened, and desperate for rest. He asked Jael for water, but she gave him milk instead. Then she covered him with a blanket, and Sisera ordered her to stand at the entrance of the tent and tell anyone who came looking for him that no man was there. He believed that Jael could protect him. He believed that the tent was safe. He believed that the battle was over. But he did not understand that he had entered the final chapter of his story. Sisera lay down and fell asleep, exhausted from his escape. While Jael remained awake, she knew exactly who was sleeping inside her tent. She knew that Sisera was the commander of Israel's enemy. She knew that the oppression of her people had not truly ended while he remained alive. And she took a tent peg and a hammer. Then she quietly approached the sleeping commander. Scripture records the shocking moment when Jael drove the tent peg through Sisera, killing him as he slept. The man who had commanded hundreds of soldiers was now dead inside a woman's tent, and the army that had once seemed unstoppable had lost its leader. Not long afterward, Barak arrived searching for Sisera. Jael went out to meet him and told him to come inside. She showed him the man he had been pursuing, and Barak discovered that Sisera was dead, exactly as Deborah had prophesied. The Lord had delivered Sisera into the hand of a woman, and Jael had become the unexpected instrument through which Israel's victory was completed. The story is one of the most surprising accounts in Scripture, because everything about Sisera's final moments is the opposite of what anyone would expect. He entered the tent as a powerful commander, but he died as a helpless fugitive. He had once commanded an army, but now he was hiding from his enemies. He believed Jael was protecting him, but she would become the person responsible for his downfall. He thought his greatest danger was outside the tent, but the place he considered safe became the place where his life ended. Sisera had trusted his military strength 4 years. His chariots had represented power, his soldiers had represented security, and his reputation had created fear throughout the land. But when the battle finally came, none of those things could save him. His chariot was abandoned, his army was defeated, and he had to run on foot. The mighty commander, who once controlled the battlefield, was reduced to begging for shelter, and the person who finally defeated him was not a soldier standing with a sword, but a woman waiting inside a tent. There is something powerful about the unexpected way God brought victory. Deborah had spoken the word. Barak had led the army. Israel had fought the battle. But the final enemy commander fell in a place nobody would have expected. Jael's story reminds us that God is not limited to using the people we expect or the methods we imagine. Sometimes the person standing quietly in the background becomes part of the most important moment. Sometimes victory comes through a place that looks insignificant, and sometimes the person who seems powerless becomes the one who changes everything. Sisera entered the tent believing he had escaped, but he had not escaped. He had only stepped into the final moment of a story that God had already begun to write. By the time the sun rose again, Israel's enemy commander was dead. The oppression was weakening, and the victory God had promised was becoming reality. Jael's story remains one of the most unforgettable moments in the book of Judges, because it shows how quickly human power can collapse. The mighty can become helpless, the confident can become afraid, and the person nobody expected can become the one through whom deliverance comes. Sisera believed he controlled his destiny until the final night, but he discovered too late that armies, weapons, reputation, and power cannot guarantee tomorrow. And when the battle was finally over, Israel remembered not only the victory, but the unexpected woman who helped bring it about.